which mechanism could correspond with this energy diagram. We have to remember a few things about energy diagrams. In any case, we always have some reactants and we have some products, a delta H or a delta G, depending on whether you're looking at enthalpy or Gibbs free energy. Let's call it delta H. And then we will have activation energy. This is the activation energy to get to the transition state. What we need to understand about this particular energy diagram is that it represents a single chemical reaction. It is a single chemical reaction where we have an activation energy up to a transition state, and then it falls down to products, and that's the end, right? This represents a single chemical reaction. We have some mechanisms here, and we have to remember how many steps are involved with these particular mechanisms, because some of them are one step and some of them are two steps. And so any one of them that has two steps, it's not going to fit with this energy diagram, because the energy diagram would have to show two discrete chemical reactions, two different steps. We just have to remember here, E1 and SN1, those are both two-step reactions because they involve the formation of a carbocation intermediate and then either substitution or elimination. Those are two discrete steps. With an isolatable intermediate, you have a carbocation intermediate, which is different from a transition state. A transition state cannot be isolated. It doesn't exist for a discrete amount of time. It exists for only an instant as the chemical reaction proceeds. But then you have a carbocation, which then exists for some amount of time until substitution or elimination occur. E1 or SN1 do not work. In order for it to be E1 or SN1, you would have to see two distinct humps there. You'd have to see an activation energy to a transition state to an intermediate, and then another activation energy to another transition state to another product, because that would be two discrete steps. SN2 is the one that works because SN2 is concerted. The nucleophile approaches and the leaving group leaves. It all happens at once. It's one step. It's one chemical reaction. This one is going to be C. This could be an energy diagram for an SN2 reaction.